So, dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. And be comfortable yourself and relax your body. So, keep your back straight and neck head straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So, once we get connected with our other network, we're ready to start the session for today. Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So in case if you can't hear the sound, bell sound, that you can just focus to the silence and let your body to settle down itself. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, let's take few minutes to understand why we have to practice meditation, how we can practice meditation, and at the same time, what kind of result we can gain. Because understanding this will help you to encourage yourself to practice. If you don't practice, you're not going to get result. So that's why when it comes to our knowledge, the most of time, whatever we know, if we don't use it, it becomes useless. that whatever the knowledge, if you don't use it, it is equal to that what you don't know. So then when it comes to practice, what happens, that all the knowledge that you accumulate related to your life, you start to put it to practice. So that is very necessary. And sometimes people think that when it comes to meditation, it's kind of like we put that everything away, we go into kind of like a sleeping mood. No, meditation is the method that we directly access to our body and mind. Because most of time in day-to-day life, as you know, our mind always go here and there, looking this and that, it always projecting towards outside. And sometimes even we forget ourselves, there is a person like this. We neglect our body and mind. We go behind things. So when it comes to practice meditation, it gives the reminder to yourself how this body and mind work. So understanding that is very necessary. So meditation is a kind of like a method that you 100% start to interfere involving with your body and mind. It's kind of like a vehicle, or just imagine a car is drive for 100 miles per hour. So they are the engine and all the parts start to work together. And the turbulence is so high. The pressure is so high. But still it is capable. So same like yourself, when it comes to meditation, that is one of the highest, the practice that you can do with your body and mind. So then remember, it is not just putting, you go into sleeping mood, you go into the highest level of activation. So when it comes to that, why we have to do this? Because basically, our life based with our mental condition and the physical condition. So if you have clear understanding regarding your own body and mind, and if you have the very undisturbed mind, and if you have the clarity, so that will help you to go with your day-to-day activities. There are two ways that in our life. One is that dealing with this outside world. Another one is dealing with ourselves. Dealing with this outside world, with this all the objective world, the object. And other one is with our form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition. So this both, you have to understand. You cannot neglect anything. So what is the purpose of this whole understanding? Finding your own success in this conventional level, in the eternal level, gaining your liberation or the Nibbana. So when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, it doesn't matter whatever the sutras or whatever the teachings, during these 2600 years, from Buddha to all the enlightened masters and all the monks and all the devotees, whoever sacrificed their life to this, Buddha's dispensation, they all had the one purpose: protecting this Dharma and give the guidance and directing you toward the Nibbana. So it doesn't matter whatever the sector, or it doesn't matter whatever the school, it doesn't matter whatever the chapter or whatever the sutra, that everything finally try to direct us towards the Nibbana, liberation or the freedom. So if you don't find that, And sometimes in this very moment, we are so comfortable with this world, this conventional world, with this material world, with this physical world. At the moment, nothing wrong with this. But if you look very carefully, there are certain conditions underneath this that you have to understand. So even though we can appear like this, and under this skin, there are a lot of organs, the muscles, the veins, the bones, the joints, that everything work in completely different way. We can't see this. Just imagine in case if you start to see that, you cannot maybe handle that. So same like with this outside surface level, whatever the word you mention, because when it comes to the world, there are two kind of word that we mention in teachings. So the one world is that the world exists in this outside, this material world. And other world is our mental condition, our inner world. So this both has certain kind of conditions, so which you have to understand. So one condition of this world is always remember, you have to reflect on it. One is that volatility. So volatility means this always change. This everything dramatically change so fast. Physical world, mental world, material world. So whatever the world you mention, always remember there is a quality. It called volatility, dramatic change. It's very fast, very quick. So everything that you experience can change very quickly. That is one nature. So you have no power over it. So for the moment, of course, we are so comfortable with this, everything around us. But remember, this everything can change very quickly. It always happens, but still that change also follows certain pattern. Because of that, we are so comfortable with that. But sometimes this change go out of pattern. When it comes to that, it is very difficult for us to handle it. So then always reflect on again and again, again and again, and know this nature. Another one is uncertainty, lack of predictability. You know, in the world, everybody like these predictions, and it has a higher value in the world. But end of the day, that we all know, uncertainty. So then you have to reflect on it. This is the very nature of the world that we live in. And we all have certain our personal predictions regarding our own life, regarding ourselves, regarding other people, regarding the society, regarding weather, environment. So then always remember, even though that you have that any kind of predictions, invisibly, maybe silently you do it yourself, but uncertainty always there with you. So end of the day, you have to accept it. So then learn to accept it. volatility, dramatic change, uncertainty, lack of predictability. The next one is complexity. So even though that our nature of our consciousness is to grab things and make it appear as one, appear as certain things. When that's why when we think, you need things. Without things, that you cannot think. So the consciousness is the one who in the middle help you to grab many things together and make it as a one thing, and then you can think about it. With your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. We always grab things. But if you look very carefully, this everything, where it has a very deeper complexity. So that complexity means it has deeper interconnections, many, many interconnections. Look at this hand. That this hand to be like this and appear like this. There are many, many things interconnected. So that complexity always within each and everything. Whatever you see, the trees, clouds, animals, birds, humans, any material things, sounds, smell, taste, feelings, even thoughts, there are many interconnections bringing that feelings or ideas to yourself. So that complexity always underneath this world. So that is the third level of nature, behavior in this world. Volatility, dramatic change, very speed, quick change, uncertainty, lack of predictability, complexity, many interconnections, causalities, interdependence, not depend on one reason or one incident or one situation. Ambiguity, the next one. Ambiguity means it has many meanings, complexity, lack of clarity. That also a nature of this world, ambiguity. Many, many meanings. It can appear in many ways. You can see it as something as good, and the next day you think it as bad. And then today you think it as luck, and tomorrow you think it as a kind of like the cursed. So kind of like the same thing can appear in many meanings. So those are few conditions in this world always you have to reflect on. Physical world, material world, mental world. So whatever the world that you mean, this four kind of nature inherent. So then always remember, we are kind of like a sitting on the top of volcano. At the moment, it's kind of like so comfortable, good. Just imagine in the cold weather, just minus level of heat that you have, kind of like, you sitting on the top of the volcano, in the very first level, when the heat start to come from the beginning, you feel so good. But by the time it start to boil, and come out. So, same like that, whatever the situation you go through, remember, it can change very quickly to completely different level. That doesn't mean it always changing to the bad. No, the bad can change to good, or good can change to bad, and even in between that. That's why it has many meanings: ambiguity, lack of clarity. You can give a definition for that, opinion for that. Many opinions can appear, give many opinions you can put into one incident. That's the nature of the world. So then just imagine the recent incidents and look around us, the world, how we go through. That there is a war keep going, that with the Iran and Israel, and they had the war, Israel and Palestine, and Russia and Ukraine. And at the same time that you have seen that how in America, this ICE go behind these illegal immigrants. And at the same time, I think you heard about that, the plane crash that happened in India. And all the people died, all the passengers died, and then one person survived. See this, just imagine that when it comes to that situation, that plane crash, within few seconds, they all had the plan. I was reading their stories, listening to their stories, that the passengers, and they had big plans to do things. And they were flying from India to London. And there were some people, for the first time, they're traveling. And they were so happy. They jump into the plane with many dreams carrying with them. And then within few seconds, that everything gone. And then, so see, that's the thing. Everything can change very quickly. Everywhere. That whatever around you, see that it can change completely to something else that you have no idea what it is. And sometimes you cannot even understand how it possible. Lack of predictability. So every day, if you look around, things happen and you have no idea how this happened because you thought something else. Complexity. And when we start to look reasons, this kind of like a reason, that kind of like a reason, and it's kind of like a many reasons connected. So ambiguity. And just imagine that one passenger survived. And how are you going to explain it? And everybody asks, how you survived? For one reporter, he says something, and for the next reporter, he says something else. So kind of like even he don't know. And at the end of the day, he's saying, I don't know. So same thing, that just imagine even ourselves, even though we don't go through that kind of critical situation, even that you are not in the middle of the war zone, or even you are not survived through this plane crash, always remember, you the same. You have no idea how you survive moment by moment. Because just look into yourself and your heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, these all organs, your brain. It's a very, very complex organ. And it's still that it doesn't matter whatever the scientists, the smart people around us, still they cannot understand how this brain work like this. So then when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, that it always mention the value of the moment that you have. Very this moment. Just imagine in this very moment when you hear something, even when you hear this word to understand it, how many things should come together? Your body need to be in certain position, in certain pressure, certain condition. Your all inner organs when it comes to body. Just imagine in case your brain start to function in a different way, you cannot understand this. Just imagine your heart start to push or pull the blood in a different rhythm. Maybe you cannot understand this. So if any other, your kidney, lungs start to fail or start to vibrate in a different rhythm, you may not going to understand because you start to feel different, uncomfortable. So in this very moment, your head to toes this physical body, look this how this function like this. And not only that, the physical body cannot survive itself. It needs the environment. So then look at your environment, this everything. How this everything work like this? Why these things didn't go wrong? And when it comes to the environment, how far it should go, and even it go around this world and the moon, sun, and all other planetary system, that everything interconnected. Many interconnections bring this moment. So then just imagine when you understand something, this entire universal connection should be together and give the power yourself to experience this. So then if in that very moment, if you have the anger, hatred, jealousy, ignorance, what do you contribute to this universe? Because the very moment of your understanding, your experience is not just by you, it is a result of this, the contribution of this entire universe. So then if you have the anger, hatred, disappointment, unhappiness, sadness, worry, fear, unsatisfaction, that even what you contribute. If you become angry in the very this moment, so what you contribute to the universe? Anger. So that's why it says kind of like the butterfly effect. So somewhere when the butterfly start to fly, when it comes through the cocoon and start to fly, the very first waves that create the turbulence with that air and start to create a certain kind of tornado somewhere else maybe. So then remember yourself. The very moment that you have so much important, Why? Because it can go wrong at any time. It can change to something. Maybe you will never understand what it is, how it's going to be, how it is. And then observe yourself, experience yourself again and again, again and again. And not only you, and even just imagine other people, your husband, wife, children, friends and family members, partners, you always depending from them. Everybody kind of like a planetary system, everybody hold the gravity, and in the middle of that, everybody, you are just surviving through their gravity. So in case if somebody go away or unbalanced, you have no idea what will happen to you. So that's how we are. You are itself a kind of like a planet in this planetary system. We in the middle of others, everybody, go round, 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 and you have no power to escape from that. When everybody go in a certain rhythm, then you have to move in that rhythm also. Just think about it. So then who you are? What's your life? How you going to mention as your freedom or your liberation? So that's why the Buddha mentioned, always remember yourself. Don't settle down there. It is not your place. Of course, it gives the comfort, facilities, safety, but remember, don't depend on it. And then what you need to do? And slowly understand the nature of it and find your liberation, find your freedom. So that is what it called non-confrontational approach. So it's kind of like you are there without resistance, without rejection, without any attachment. You are there. So then remember then, in this world, understand the nature of the world. It conditioned by many things. It changed very, very fast, very quick. Uncertainty always there. The complexity always there. And ambiguity, many meanings, definitions there in this world. Without go behind it, without having any dependency, without resistance it, without having any fight, without having any attachment towards it, can you experience a moment? So that is where the meditation give that strength. In the very first level, it bring the clarity, and through that clarity, give the power to yourself to understand the nature of it, inherent nature. And once you have that understanding, it will take you to detach from it. So basically, two worlds. One is the outside world, another one is our inside world. Form, feeling, perception, volition, and recognition. So take some time, reflect on it again and again. Don't forget it. And try to have the courage, strength, wisdom, yourself to understand the true nature of it rather than mesmerizing yourself or rather than covering it with nice, beautiful flowering on the top of it, understand the true nature. And without resistance or rejection, fighting or refusal. So just try to go through it without settling down. And that's going to be the real experience that you gain through this human life. If you are capable to gain that, the next going to be your own liberation. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and mentally recite, may I be well and happy, O Sopatdeva, 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation without interfering to it. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out, 3 times, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And just observe. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as we can through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Being suva, frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light as far as you can. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, to spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Also, by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Tavata chidammihi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe devanumodantu sabbha sampatti siddhya sabbe bhutanumodantu sabbha sampatti siddhya sabbe sattanumodantu sabbha sampatti siddhya imaya dhammanudhamma patipattiya buddhang pujemi Dhammang pujemi sanghang pujemi attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paribunjissami idamme punya kammang asavakkayavang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.